Hey, how's it going guys? This is Dave2D and this is my review of the Asus G752. So this is our flagship gaming laptop right now. It's 17 inches, it's big, it's powerful, and it's rocking a new design theme that's very different from their regular black and red. Let's take a look. So even the box that it comes in is different from that red and black theme that they usually have. Inside you get the laptop, AC adapter, and pamphlets. The surface of the laptop is pretty unique. It's this pewter colored metal mixed with some copper colored plastic accents. It distinguishes itself from the army of red and black gaming laptops out there. The ROG logo in the middle has this mirrored finish to it, and there's some plastic inserts beside it. These all light up orange when the screen turns on. On the bottom we have some rubber feet, venting, a subwoofer, and a little cool plastic window where you can peer inside the laptop. You can't see much in there, but it's kind of neat. And then we have this super simple hatch that you can pop open for upgrades. The first thing, there's 2 empty RAM slots in here, so there's lots of room for more RAM. There's a SATA drive that you can upgrade, and then there's 2 M2 PCIe slots. Lots of storage options here. It's a pretty heavy device at 8.8 pounds, so it's not exactly your everyday carry. There's a lot of ports. On the left we have a pair of USB 3 ports, a DVD drive, a deep SD card slot, and on the right we have audio ports, including a SPDIF out, USB 3.1 Thunderbolt 3, 2 more USB 3 ports, a mini display port, HDMI port, and an Ethernet jack. There's a lot of ports on this thing. Build quality seems okay. There's a lot of plastic, but everything seems well built. The hinge feels sturdy and well made. The screen has a little bit of flex, but it is a pretty wide screen, and the keyboard area feels a little soft in some spots. The specs inside, it's a 6th generation Skylake i7 running at 2.6 GHz, 17-inch 1080p screen, GTX 970M, 16 gigs of RAM, a 1TB hard drive, and 128 gigs of solid state storage, and it goes for around $1,800 US. Opening it up on the inside, we have the same pewter and copper theme going on. The keyboard area has this slight soft touch rubber finish. The keyboard is really spacious. Having a 17-inch footprint to work with is always nice. So a lot of gaming laptops have number pads on the keyboard, but they're often squished together. There isn't this divide between the two segments, but this keyboard has it, and it makes a big difference. It's very easy to adapt to this keyboard shift. The keys have a lot of travel at 1.9mm, but the stroke feels a little soft to me. There are some macro keys up top, which you can use to program some sweet stuff for MMOs or some ridiculous combos in Street Fighter. It's pretty easy to program. And lastly, there's a supposed 30 key rollover. It definitely picks up more inputs than a regular keyboard, but I seriously can't hit 30 keys at once. And there's also some backlighting, which I was hoping to be like orange or even white, but no, it's red again. The trackpad is pretty good. There's lots of room to move around. I don't love the texture, it's a little slick, but it is accurate and the cursor doesn't skip around. The physical buttons are awesome. They're very deliberate clicks and there's good activation pressure. Overall, a good trackpad. The screen is a 17-inch 1080p IPS panel. It's a matte screen and it's a non-touch screen, so it's perfect for gamers. It's bright, great contrast, good viewing angles, and fair color accuracy. It's better than the screen on the GL752, and I'd say better than most 17-inch gaming laptops I've seen. The webcam up top looks like this, and the bezels are pretty big on this laptop, but that's just the way 17-inch laptops are. The drives in here are okay. The write speed on the SSD isn't the best because it's a small Samsung PM951, but there's room for 3 drives, which is great for video editing and recording or streaming games. Gaming performance is a noticeable step up from a 960M, so basically we're looking at a 10 to 15% frame rate increase in most games. It's not huge, and for lightweight games you'll hardly notice a difference, but moderately demanding titles showcase the 970M a little bit more. You can usually maintain around 60 frames per second on medium graphics in Fallout 4. A 960M would drop to 50 frames per second with these settings. Now, very demanding games like Witcher 3 play pretty well. On medium settings, you can get around 50 to 55 frames per second. Playing it on high will get around 40 to 45 frames per second. A welcome improvement from the 960M across the board. It also has G-Sync, which syncs up your refresh rate of the panel with your video card, and it helps to smoothen out screen tearing and stuff. It's a nice feature that helps with some overall image quality, but it doesn't improve frame rates or anything like that. If you spend the time to program these macro keys, they're like hacks for some games. I love them. These things should be banned for everyone except for me. Okay, the speakers are pretty good. They're definitely one of the better ones out there. They're loud, they're clear, and the bass is obviously present. The speakers are aimed at the user, but they have to project through the screen, so you lose some of the details of the higher frequencies, but it still sounds really good. For a gaming laptop, fan noise is around 30 decibels at idle, it never actually turns off, but going full tilt, it hovers around 40 decibels. Temperatures also stay very reasonable. I think they could have reduced the fan speed. It's not a loud laptop, but there's some thermal headroom, right? They could have given us a quieter laptop. The AC adapter is 180 watts, it's pretty beefy, and it takes around 2 hours to fully charge up that 66 watt-hour battery. Now, battery life is pretty poor. It's a power-hungry laptop to begin with, and that DVD drive doesn't help. It just takes up space that would otherwise be used for battery cells. So when I was using this as a regular laptop, just doing some work, I got around 3 hours of battery life, and that's with screen at 70% brightness. And when I was using it as a gaming laptop, I got around an hour of gameplay. So it's usable in a pinch, but I wouldn't rely on battery life as like my daily way of powering this device. Okay, the Asus G752. It's a big laptop with some very unique design colors and accents, reasonably well built, pretty heavy. You get a 17-inch screen that is bright and reasonably color accurate. The keyboard is spacious with a decent typing experience. The trackpad and the physical buttons are both pretty good. On the inside, the Skylake Core i7 is a very capable processor and it bundles nicely with the GTX 970M, which is pretty powerful and has a 10 to 15% performance boost over the 960M. It has G-Sync and it's properly cooled. The 16 gigs of RAM and the 3 drive bays are all easily accessed and upgradable, and all of this is powered by a 66 watt-hour battery that lasts around 3 hours of regular use. Okay, the Asus G752 is a big laptop that was obviously designed for some powerful gaming. It's a strong performer, but it doesn't really stick out as like the best performance or the best value. The best performer, probably the MSI GT72. It's the same price, but it's a slightly stronger performer. And if you're looking for the best value, I'm thinking the Asus G751, which is like the older version of this. It's a very similar performer, but it's older, so it's slightly cheaper. But where this guy stands out is the design aesthetic. See, every gaming laptop out there is like black or red or black and red, but this one's not. It's pewter, it's copper, and it looks very distinctly different from anyone else's gaming laptop. So if that's something that you're interested in, this is a really good option. It's still a good laptop, but if you're looking for like the best performer, this is not the one. That's the end of this review. Hope you guys liked it. Thumbs if you liked it, subs if you loved it. It's been nice. I'll see you guys next time.